Hello everyone, Adrienne here. So, yes, I'm catching up on content. This is great. I am really excited to kind of get back into the swing of things. So today we are doing something just a little bit different. We are going to be doing a comprehensive feature of Seance perfumes. And once again, for the sake of transparency, I do want to say that I am now an ambassador for Seance perfumes. However, as you guys know, I have been a loyal customer of them for the last, I want to say like 4 or 5 years. So it's kind of a big deal that a brand that I have followed and adored for quite a long time has decided to make me one of their ambassadors. It is such a huge deal, and I really am over the moon about it. I really am. So, like I said, we're going to be focusing on all of the range of products that Seance Perfumes has to offer, and I'm super excited to kind of show you a little bit of everything and share some of my favorites with you, and maybe even give you some inspiration for some gift ideas. And I have something super exciting to announce toward the end of the video. It is kind of an upcoming collaboration between me and Seance Perfumes. It is super exciting. I am so excited to tell you just a little bit about it. If you guys are new here, welcome. My name is Adrienne, and I cover the cultural aspects of the Gothic subculture, such as music and literature. And I like to do like fun little miscellaneous reviews every now and then. And I also post a lot of content about absinthe, whether it be reviews or absinthe education, that sort of thing. Really exciting stuff. In fact, I would argue that probably most of my audience who watches me is probably here for the absinthe content, but that's totally fine with me. But welcome, and I hope you stick around. If you are interested in any of the things I have mentioned, feel free to subscribe and hit that like button to see more from my channel. Okay, so let's get started. So one of the things that Seance Perfumes is known for is their adornments. So their adornments are very unique and very beautifully handcrafted and made. I really love everything about every piece that I have collected from them so far. So one of the first, like most eye-catching, pardon the pun, pieces of their collection of adornments is their Lover's Eye collection. They come in so many different designs. They have not only necklaces, but they also have pins and brooches. Super beautiful. So the one I have, I believe, is the Eleanor necklace. It's very pretty. It has a little dangly pearl accent here. It's very beautiful. I love it, and these make a really good gift for friends and loved ones. I think they're absolutely gorgeous, and if you have friends who are really in love with jewelry of the Victorian era, I highly recommend these, and I love the story and the significance behind these. They're so beautiful. And then one of their classics would be their wearable perfumes. So I know wearable perfumes, it sounds kind of funny, but this is in regard to having vessels of perfumes that you can wear and apply while you're on the go. It's pretty cool. So you can tell I've had this one for a while because of how it is just a little bit discolored, but that doesn't bother me. You know, beautiful things do fade and degrade over time, but they just get better with age. They really do. So the perfume that I have in this one is Cemetery. Now, unfortunately, because I do work in healthcare, I can't wear perfume as often as I would like, but boy, when I do wear it, I thoroughly enjoy it. So yeah, Cemetery, I will get into that one a little bit later, but this is just one of the many options that they do offer if you are interested in portable, wearable perfume. And this is one of their new pieces, which I really love. This is the Scarlet Apparition necklace. Very pretty, extremely detailed, and this follows the kind of tradition of Victorian mourning jewelry, so this kind of has to do with the hands of comfort kind of thing. You know, you've probably seen like belts and necklaces that are made in such a style featuring these really beautiful looking hands. So yeah, this is the Scarlet Apparition piece. Really love it. I've been wanting to get pieces like this for a very long time, but they have really satisfied my need for it. It's great. And then finally, I'm going to show you the adornment that I'm wearing today, which is the Lady Deco necklace. I absolutely love it. This is so detailed, and you can tell how much love and attention went into this. It is so beautiful. And one of my favorite things about St. Iles perfumes is that they don't just focus on like the Victorian Gothic aesthetic and like try to make it spooky. Yeah, they do add a little bit of a spooky element to it, which I deeply appreciate, but I love that they kind of focus on the beautiful Art Nouveau and a little bit of Art Deco kind of an inspiration for a lot of their designs. It even comes through in their packaging, which I really love. So they focus on the elegant Belle Epoque and Art Nouveau style while combining it with the Victorian Gothic aesthetic. This is so my vibe. I absolutely love it. One thing I love that they point out with the Lady Deco necklace here is that this technically is in the style of Art Nouveau, but you know, when you say Art Deco, that's a little bit more recognizable to the general public, so I can understand why they named it Lady Deco. It's so beautiful. Those who have seen me wear it so far have given me lots of compliments on it. You really cannot go wrong. Oh, and I do want to talk about yet another piece that they have created lately that I really, really love. It's called The Bearer. I will insert a little picture of it somewhere on screen. And this is based on the old, like, fortune-telling tokens that you would insert into a little coin-operated fortune-telling machine. And I really love how this looks. It's very antique looking, very detailed, really niche. It definitely is. And I love the little St. Iles perfumes motif on the back. It's so beautiful. I'm thinking of getting it pretty soon because, I don't know, it's just a really unusual piece and I just can't resist. Okay, so now we're going to talk about their incenses. I absolutely love St. Iles Perfumes incenses. So the first one I'm going to talk about is the Lover's Eye. So this is what they look like. They have kind of a really nice long stem, so they do give you a significant amount of burning time. And the smell, my God, I absolutely love the smell. It is just so musky and a little bit floral and fresh and just a little bit citrusy, and definitely has a good amount of amber in there, which I love. It's so beautiful. It honestly reminds me of walking into Gargoyle Statuary in Seattle. If you guys have ever been there, it is one of my favorite shops to go to whenever I go down to Seattle. It is such a fun time. So yes, Lover's Eye, definitely one of my favorite incenses of all time. Highly recommend it. And then if you want to go the kind of like muskier, clean kind of approach, I highly recommend Canopic. This is another wonderful incense smell or incense fragrance from St. Iles Perfumes. And I will tell you, like, both with Lover's Eye and with Canopic, they are very strong, very powerful, but they definitely aren't overwhelming. I would say Canopic is definitely a little bit more easygoing, if that makes sense. So Canopic is very like exotic and musky and very clean, while Lover's Eye has a little bit more complexity and strength to it, in my personal opinion. Whenever we give Precious her wet food, we burn one of these so that it can help kind of take some of the stank away, because any cat owners out there who give their cats wet food, you guys know it's really stinky, and very few things can actually like cover up the odor of it. But boy, this stuff does the job. That's how you know the incense is good. Okay, so now I'm going to talk a little bit about the room sprays, since we're kind of in the vein of talking about, you know, like room fragrances, stuff like that. So the room sprays are really nice. You have a wide variety of choices, which is really lovely to have. You can go from like musky and spooky and exotic to just straight up floral. So either way that you lean, you will find something that you adore with St. Iles. So I'm gonna go ahead and talk about one of my top favorites, which is Regency. I absolutely love this. I'm sad that I am out of this bottle, but I will be getting a replacement pretty soon since spring is coming up. You know, just around the corner, really. So this literally is the olfactory equivalent of pouncing into a pile of red roses. The smell is just so true to its description, which is amazing. And I do believe that they have this in the candle as well. However, seriously, it is just like jumping into a pile of roses. Kenny and I absolutely love this. It is so fresh and floral. We just love it. And another favorite of mine is Crowley. This is a fairly new addition to the Room Sprays collection of St. Iles perfumes. It is so incredibly lovely. and it does lean toward like the musky, like slightly more masculine side, but honestly, one of my favorite things to do is to combine like a higher concentration of the Regency spray with a little bit of the Crowley to kind of balance it out. It is such a good combination. I absolutely love it. So another room spray they have out there is called Haunted House, and this one's definitely really interesting, and not that I don't like it as much as the other ones. It does offer kind of a multifaceted sort of fragrance that I think would suit pretty much any household, I think, in my personal opinion. So that one is butterscotch, oak, moss, dusty carpet, cognac, and wood. So it kind of has like a really interesting mix of fragrances. I think I have had it once before and I really, really enjoyed it, but there's something about Regency and Crowley that I really, really love. Okay, so the next one I'm going to get into here are candles. So behind me here I have Ichabod's Dream, which is a lovely kind of pumpkin spice candle. Unfortunately, since it is no longer Halloween, this is discontinued, but it will make a comeback in October. This is such a perfect balance between like cinnamon and spiciness along with that sweet pumpkin to balance it out. Oh my god, it is so nice. This is one of my favorite pumpkin spice candles that you can possibly get out there. And the fact that this is made by an independently run business, you know, small business, you know, you definitely want to support those. So yeah, next time October rolls around, you're gonna want to get that. Trust me on this. This is a very, very popular fan favorite. And then next I'm going to talk about the De Provence series. So this is the Citrus de Provence. It's really like, it's predominantly floral. So that's one of the things that I really like about it. They are all predominantly very floral. So this one has a little touch of citrus in it. And then they also have the Rose de Provence. And this one, again, is just like diving into a pile of red roses, like hundreds of red roses. It's so beautiful. You just cannot get enough of it. Wow. And then finally we have the Lavender de Provence. And if you're a big lavender fan, I know there are a lot of people out there who are not a fan of lavender. Kenny and I absolutely love lavender. I highly recommend you get this one. These do have like a decent throw, I will say, but if you are someone who is sensitive to smells or just wants like a little touch of fragrance in the room, that still will last a while, then yes, I would definitely recommend these candles. Okay, so now that we have gone over the room fragrances, candles, and adornments, and incense, let's go ahead and talk about perfumes. You know, Seance Perfumes' namesake. Let's do this. So one of the ones I would like to talk about first is Opium Den. You can see how long I've had this one because the label is just about to fall off. But Opium Den is really, really nice. Like, it's really musky, and if you have a naturally sweet kind of pheromone profile, I think this is a really nice complement to it. And even if you don't have like sweet pheromones, I think this would also just be a really good fit for you. You know, it's very musky, very fresh, and a little bit floral, and I just really, really like it. It is just really sexy, really different. That's one of my favorite things about Seance Perfumes, is that a lot of these perfumes are indeed very unisex friendly, which is great. It all really just depends on how you wear them, and that I think is just really, really special. These will react with different pheromones very differently. So that's just something to keep in mind. What smells good on one person may not smell good on another person, and, you know, vice versa. You never know. But yeah, so Opium Den, really nice. It's floral, it's musky, it's really fresh. I really like it. It's really nice. So Canopic is one of the other fragrances that they have that I really, really like. Again, like the incense, it is very musky and fresh and very exotic, and it's made with real Egyptian musk, which is really cool. I think that's amazing that Seance goes the extra mile to make their fragrances one of a kind and incredibly high quality. So that's another one I really recommend. So let's go through a couple of the more masculine fragrances, shall we? Really excited about this one. So for Valentine's Day earlier this year, I got this for Kenny. It's called Man of Letters, and I absolutely love this one. This is like one of my favorite masculine scents that I have ever smelled. Wow. Like, across any brands of like cologne or male fragrances or anything like that, this is one of my absolute favorites. Let me just go ahead and pull up the description of this really quick. Okay, so Man of Letters is Scotch, mahogany, smoke, and leather. So yes, definitely a very manly smell, but in the old-fashioned kind of sense. Like, I can imagine coming across a gentleman in the Victorian era and having him smell like this. But again, Kenny is incredibly picky when it comes to his fragrances, so the fact that he likes this is a really big deal. So Man of Letters, that's one of the more masculine fragrances that are in the collection. So Natural History, this is another one that I really, really love. So this is just straight up the smell of old books. Like, you can imagine yourself walking into a very old bookstore and smelling this. Like, this captures the smell of old books perfectly. So I think this could honestly work like in a unisex way, but I think that this gravitates a little bit more toward the masculine side. So this is really, really nice. Kenny likes it. He just doesn't like it quite as much as Man of Letters, but that's okay because there's a lot of variety to choose from. So I'm not sure if this one is available on the website anymore, but this is Lover's Eye. So Lover's Eye, this is honestly one of my favorite perfumes of all time. This is absolutely incredible. Oh man, it is just so sexy and clean and floral and a little bit musky, and it has like a really healthy bit of amber in there. I don't know what it is with like scents that have amber. It's just unbeatable in my opinion. Like, wow. Oh, that is so beautiful. Like, I really, really love this fragrance. It is something else. Wow. Oh, this is still available, I think. Okay, good. So the fragrance profile on this one is described as nutmeg, lemon, and red berries, incense, copal, spices, jasmine, and cinnamon. I love jasmine. It's so good. Amber, sandalwood, smoke, and vanilla. So this is a really little bit of everything kind of fragrance, but boy, it just works really, really well. Whenever I wear this and I go in to hug my friends or something like that, they always stick their nose in my neck and they're just like, oh my god, that smells incredible. It is just unbeatable. I love it. It is so good. It's definitely a good like everyday one. It kind of reminds me of a combination of like Cemetery and La Femme Fantôme, but I will get to those two in just a minute. So Femme Fantôme, this is it. So I carry this in a roller ball and I also have it as an eau de parfum. So with Femme Fantôme, this is so unique. This is so incredible. So it has neroli, lang lang, iris, jasmine, orris root, lily of the valley, rose, vetiver, oak moss, civetta, apple, red currant. So it is a little bit fruitier, I would say, than Lover's Eye, but it definitely has a little bit more of like a floral aspect to it. So it's fruity and floral with just a touch of musk, which is totally fine by me, because anytime you can get more variety in a fragrance, the happier I am, because I think it just offers so much like multi-dimensionality to it. It's just hard to pass up. So this one, I would say, is my favorite other than Lover's Eye. Like, this passes Lover's Eye just by a little bit because of how high-end it smells. Like, this is supposed to be Seance's reinterpretation of Chanel No. 5. Obviously, Chanel No. 5 is not cruelty-free. This definitely took over as my favorite after I stopped wearing Chanel perfumes a long, long time ago when I went cruelty-free. So yeah, that's a really big deal, and it just drives me wild. It is so fruity and floral. It's so fucking lovely, guys. My god. I love it. And there is a soap and a lotion oil to go along with it as well, but I will get to that. And I will say, Femme Fantôme drives Kenny absolutely wild. I do understand that there is something in Femme Fantôme that does give someone a little bit, like some people, a little bit of an allergic reaction, so that's just something to keep in mind. But this one drives Kenny wild. It's amazing. Okay, so here is Cemetery. I have this in eau de parfum. Again, as you can see, I've had this for a very long time. It's very treasured. That's one thing I love about these perfumes as well, is that they do last a very long time. I love that about these. Oh, man, that is so good. Cemetery features dragon's blood resin, grass, earth, moss, wood, hints of vanilla and patchouli. See, guys, I'm a sucker for vanilla and patchouli. I absolutely love patchouli. It's absolutely amazing. And this definitely does fall more into the more musky category, but with a little bit of those vanilla notes in there, it does kind of make it a little bit more approachable to make it a unisex kind of fragrance. I really love it. Like, this was my favorite for a number of years, and honestly, like, this combined with Femme Fantôme, it makes a really nice combination, I'm not gonna lie. Have you guys ever done that? Have you ever experimented with combining different perfumes together to get like a different result or get something that's really unique? I definitely do that sometimes. So another one of my favorites that I do want to talk about that I don't have a full size of quite yet, just because I haven't gotten around to it, is The Undertaking. So The Undertaking is wonderful. So this one is moss, ivy, aged bark, earth, smoke, incense, and plum. So it is a little bit similar to Cemetery, but I think it has a little bit more fruitiness to offer to it. I really like the variety of different fragrances that Seance Perfumes does have to offer. You know, you do have to accommodate like several different sets of fragrance profiles and pheromones that could change the chemistry of something, but honestly, Seance does have something for everyone, and that's one of the things I really love about them. So now I would like to talk about their body care. So what's really nice about these body lotion oils is that they are incredibly absorbent. Every now and then I will ask Kenny to give me a little massage, and he kind of like reluctantly agrees, like, okay. And then like he gives me a little massage, and it's usually one of these oils that I will recommend if I don't have to go to work the next day or later that day or whatever. And the reason why is because he doesn't like getting like lotion or oils on his hands, especially when he's going to be handling video game controllers a lot. So he really likes the consistency of these and how absorbent they are. So even after he's done giving me a massage and he's kind of rubbing the excess into his hands, it doesn't leave him feeling like gross and oily and, you know, slick. So that's one thing to keep in mind with this. So this one is in the scent Memento Mori. Memento Mori is really simple. Actually, it's very straightforward kind of profile. It has Nag Champa and rose. So really nice balance between like musky and floral. Really good. I just really like it. It's good. It's good if I want something a little more simple and not quite so like over the top and elegant. And once again, I have the Femme Fantôme line, or part of the Femme Fantôme line. So this is the lotion oil. Again, the formula for this is absolutely incredible. I love it. And on top of that, it leaves me smelling just incredible, and it makes the Femme Fantôme like perfume oil last a lot longer, which I appreciate. And sometimes it's really interesting to combine the Femme Fantôme lotion oil with other fragrances. Like it can be interesting to check that out. And it's super nourishing on the skin. It definitely gets rid of my Death Valley legs because my legs can get super dry. And I will say, if there are any future like plans to make Lover's Eye into a soap, which I also have the soap in Femme Fantôme as well. It's wonderful. It is super lathery and smooth and silky and very luxurious feeling. But anyway, if they have plans to make Lover's Eye into a body lotion oil and or a soap, I would absolutely love that. I think that would be an amazing idea. All right, so now that we have talked about the pretty much like a little bit of every kind of product that Seance Perfumes has to offer, I want to take a moment to talk about a little teaser of something that Seance Perfumes and I are kind of in the works on. It's very exciting. Oh my god. A couple of times like people have approached me and said, hey, you should come out with an absinthe themed perfume. And I do love the idea, and when I got a comment about that recently on one of my videos, I showed it to Seance, and I was just like, oh my god, that's so funny. Like, you know, people are just like, wow, you should make an absinthe-inspired perfume with someone. And lo and behold, they were already working on one and starting to experiment with it and get the fragrance profiles and stuff and everything in line with it. So I am proud to announce that in collaboration with not only Seance Perfumes, but Jade Liqueurs, I am going to be making an absinthe-inspired perfume with Seance Perfumes. So it's a little bit of a collaboration. I'm super excited for it. It is going to be coming out later this summer, and I can't wait until it comes out. I can't wait to smell it. I can't wait to see, the label for it, it's gonna be so beautiful. My God, guys, I'm so excited. So one thing I don't like about a lot of the like absinthe inspired perfumes that are out there, they pretty much just add like cinnamon and clove and star anise together and call it a day. Or they make the mistake of using essential oil of wormwood and it becomes just super bitter. And then when they're like kind of hyping you up to buy their perfume, they kind of make implications about setting it on fire and, you know, setting the sugar on fire, and it's terrible. And, you know, it's really just not representative of what absinthe really is. So the fact that I have the opportunity to work with Seance Perfumes to create an accurate and honorable fragrance tribute to absinthe, and especially representing not only what it actually is, but what it was like back in the Victorian era, which is totally on brand for Seance Perfumes. I am really excited to bring that to life with just the right person that does not cut corners and that will honor absinthe the way it's meant to be. So I'm really excited about it. When it comes out, I will definitely make a video about it. So excited. So definitely go follow Seance Perfumes and keep an eye out for their announcement about the absinthe inspired perfume that she and I are working on. I'm so excited. That being said, thank you guys so much for watching. You've been amazing, and thank you to all of my patrons for your support every single month. I really appreciate it. And subscribe for more videos on cultural Gothic content, so like music and literature and absinthe content and other fun stuff that we love doing here. So thank you so much for watching. You guys are amazing. I love you, and I will see you guys later. Bye!